Okay, so this is Kate Wehr. She's one of my girls. Kate's been training for about a little more than a year. Um, she's a 58K lifter, so she weighs about 128, 130 pounds on average. She trained about twice a week for the first year. She came with a wrestling team. And Kate, if you're listening to this, you can ask Chris. I told Chris, who used to work for me, like the third day that Kate was there, that I thought Kate could be one of the best Olympic weightlifters in the country if she wanted to be. I never really pushed the issue too much with her. I just got her to do the weightlifting stuff, and then I convinced her to go into a meet. And I figured she'd like the meet because she wrestled, and I think she liked her first meet. And she kept training. She only ever trained 2 or 3 days a week, and then she went to youth nationals this past summer and got third, and really could have gotten second or first, probably at least second. But she did so well there that she got invited to the OTC now twice. And after youth nationals, which was back in June, she started training 5 days a week, and she's really gotten strong as hell. So she snatched 72 kilos, and she has cleaned 93K. This is 87. I'll play this. Drive. Finish. Still has a lot of technical flaws. She's strong as hell, though. Squeeze tight. Okay, so couple things I hate. We actually worked on this yesterday in training. Watch her upper body. She goes, yank. So yesterday in training, I think this can cause a lot of stress on her back. She's got a little bit of back issue right now when she catches. So yesterday in training, we worked on keeping her arms and shoulders stationary, long, and moving her butt. So her butt's the dynamic start. So it's up and down. But so she might be a little forward on her toes here. I'm trying to see. You can't really see it in her shoes yet. But what I like to cue is the middle of the foot is where you want to pull through. If somebody has a tendency to go on their toes, try and tell them to go pull through their heels. In this case, I think Kate could probably pull through her heels more, and that just helps them think about pulling through the middle of their foot and toes. Her back isn't necessarily rounded. It's like flat. It's not arched, and it's not rounded. It's a little flat. But here's one thing, and if you compare this to Haley's video, just watch in here. The bar's just a little further out from her than it is from Haley. Just a little bit. So here she gets pretty. She does finish long. This is the same principles apply in the clean and in the snatch and in the jerk as apply to throwing and then apply to anything. The longer you're grounded, the more you can apply force. Now, she does bump a little low. She brushes here just a little low. And watch. Actually, I just noticed something else. Okay, watch the bar. It's just rolling forward just a hair. And that's something that I hope that if her upper body is stationary and her hands are holding the bar tight, that when she does a dynamic start, that bar is not going to roll forward at all. It's rolling forward just a little bit. You can see it in the numbers there and the letters. But back up to here. So she brushes a little low. And here she could trigger a little more traps, a little more lats, elbow bend there, back to keep that bar tighter. So the bar's a little forward on her. So what happens here, she feels the bar's forward. So what happens? Okay, she moves her feet forward just a little bit. So that's where her toe is. Oh, this bad filming by me. But her feet come forward just a little bit, probably 3 inches. And she catches it forward. So right here, this position is also going to put a lot of stress on her back because it's a little forward. Okay, so she recovers. She's strong as hell. She recovers well out of the hole. Okay, we'll fast forward. Now this is probably Kate's weakest part of her lift, of all of her lifts, the jerk, right now. But this jerk's not bad, Kate. You might be able to move your feet in a little bit closer together. Maybe point the toes in just a little bit more, but I don't know. That's like nitpicking. But one thing I noticed when we were filming her training is she usually leaves the ground a lot earlier on her left leg than on her right. So she could push a little bit more. And if you watch when she fails, she almost always is failing with the weight going towards the right side because that's what she favors. Like, her left never really finishes driving, so she's already moving that left back. Okay, so let's say that green, let's use that green, the end of the green plate as a judgment for her split. She splits pretty well. She's a back a little bit too much. It's got to be 50-50. 50% weight forward, 50% back. She's probably like 40-60 forward. 40s forward, 60s back. So if you see, right now she's grounded, and that bar, the bar is still forward. She's not driving through. She's got to go head through now, a little sooner. Head through. So grounded more on the jerk, head through. So she recovers with the back foot first because the bar is forward. But still, this is 87K. This is her best clean and jerk. This is 97% of her best clean, so 95%. This is a pretty good lift. But still, she's got a lot she can fix. And she's got the American Open coming up, which we just got to fix some of the things of the start and then her jerk. I think she could do really well at juniors.